Have you heard of the name Corner Rocket? Well, if you haven't yet, don't worry, because today you are going to meet it, the one and only Duke 390. Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I am Abhinav Bhatnagar and this is the Corner Rocket. Why is it called so? Because it is locked and loaded for those who like to ride it in the fast lane and show no mercy. And before we start with the review, special thanks to KTM Baner for providing us this bike for this review. You can visit their dealership without any worry because they will keep your safety in mind. They are sanitizing all the bikes inside the showroom as well as the bikes available for test rides. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. You can also go ahead and check out our Instagram, Facebook and Twitter pages. So, shall we begin with the review? In the front, you get this good looking LED headlight, LED DRLs and the LED turn indicators. Along with that, the Duke 390 gets an open cartridge upside down forks by WP, and then mounted on this 17-inch orange alloy wheels are the 110 by 70 Metzeler tires, which are radial and super sticky. And for your safety, as always, you get a dual channel ABS which is switchable, and you have a 320mm disc brake in the front. Man, this bike looks gorgeous, especially in this orange paint scheme. So this bike is available in two colors. One is this one and the other one you'll have to find it in the showrooms. So along with that, the Duke 390 gets a 13.5 litre fuel tank and has a claimed fuel efficiency of 25 kmpl. Well, it is quite low, but then the amount of fun that you can have on this bike is unlimited. And behind this orange black coated split steel trellis frame is a 373cc DOHC 4-valve engine which is fuel injected and liquid cooled. It generates a maximum power of 43.5 PS at 9000 rpm and a peak torque of 37 Nm at 7000 rpm. I know it looks gibberish when you talk about the figures, but when we'll take it on a ride, you'll understand what it means. And as we all know, Dukes are lightweight. So this one is just 167 kgs. And the ground clearance for the BS6 variant has gone down. The main reason for the ground clearance going down is the redesigning of the exhaust pipe, and that is why you get a protector over here below the engine. I don't know if you can see it or not, but then you can ride this bike without worry because it won't let your exhaust pipe or your engine bump on the ground. And as always, the Duke 390 gets a split step-up seat, but the best thing is now it is much more softer than the previous versions. We are going to talk about the seats in the ride section, but for now, this bike gets a 7-step adjustable WP monoshock. And then there is this good looking side hung single barrel exhaust. Let's check out how it sounds. At the rear, you get a 150 by 60 section Metzeler tire mounted on a 17-inch orange color alloy wheel. And then there is this 230mm disc brake with ABS assistance. Now if you switch this bike into the supermoto mode, well, the ABS is turned off for the rear wheel. At the tail end, the story is all about the LEDs because you have the LED tail light and the LED turn indicators. Now let's hop on to the saddle. The saddle height is 830mm and the saddle is comparatively softer than the previous generation. Now let's check out the thing that is best in class, a TFT. So this is the USP of 390 other than the performance figures. This TFT can be paired with your phone via Bluetooth, and you can actually control your music on your phone as well as get turn-by-turn navigation on this screen. But let's talk about what this screen does, because first it has a gear position indicator, a digital tachometer, a digital speedometer, odometer and trip meters and other information over here. And everything on this cluster is controlled by these switches on the left hand side. So once you go into the set, you have multiple things like KTM My Ride, where you can actually pair your mobile phone and control the audio of your mobile phone. Then you have the trips data, then you have the motorcycle data where you can switch on and off the quick shifter, and you can switch your ABS from dual channel to supermoto. So dual channel is the road mode and then there is the supermoto mode. Same goes with the quick shifter. And in the settings you have many options. So you have the Bluetooth option where you can pair it. You have the display theme. So right now it is at automatic, so in the evening it will automatically go into the dark mode, or you can directly go into the night mode, so it goes black. I prefer looking at it in the dark mode, although it is slightly less visible in the daytime when you are using it in the dark mode, but then it is your choice what you have to do. Then you have the clock data, the units, then you have the language obviously. I like to go with Chinese, and some extra functions for KTM My Ride. So this is about the TFT. Along with that, on the left hand side you have the neutral, ABS and engine malfunction indicators. On the right hand side, oh, and there is a turn indicator also on the left hand side. On the right hand side you have the engine oil pressure indicator, information indicator and a high beam indicator. So that was about the TFT. Now coming to the handlebars, on the right hand side you have the kill switch and a single touch self start button. Now the best thing with the 390s are you get an adjustable brake lever as well as the clutch lever, and then there are these knuckle guards as well. Coming to the left hand side, you have the headlight controls and the pass switch integrated over here, the controls for instrument cluster and the control for turn indicator and the horn. Sadly, it is a single tone, very loud horn, no dual tone horn in the KTM 390. And as I already said, it gets knuckle guards and adjustable clutch lever and brake levers standard. Now what I forgot to mention was that the saddle height is 830 mm, and if you are somewhere above 5'4", you can easily ride this bike. So while we are talking about the ride, let's take it on a ride. But before we do that, don't forget to wear your helmet and follow all road safety rules. I am slightly confused. Should I call it comfort or the riding ergonomics? Because this one over here is a blend of slightly more comfortable seat than its previous generation, and other than that you don't have much changes. The same old, slightly rear set foot pegs, wide handlebars, but this time a slightly more comfortable seat. Anyways, all of this gives you a good commanding posture, aggressive enough to break the 3-digit mark in the third gear itself. And why forget that this bike always loves the way you bring out your knee into the corner. The perfect cornering rocket, and the machine is not forgiving because it gets the same rocket engine from the RC390, or as I say, the Widowmaker. What do you want to know? Because this bike shines in the low range, mid range, and don't get me started on the top range. Once you open the throttle, the game begins. And with ride-by-wire technology, till the time you look down on the speedo, this motorcycle has already crossed the 60 mark and is heading strong towards the 100. Thanks to the BS6, this power punch corner rocket is now super duper refined, and in doing so, KTM has not lost even a single decimal in performance figures. The weight has slightly gone up, but it doesn't change anything, as this bike still has the best performance figures and the best power to weight ratio in this segment, which no motorcycle could get near to. When you are on the top of the hill, you might feel slight buzziness on the seat and handlebar, but it won't be a deal breaker, because when you have engaged the 6th, after that the wind blast is at its peak. If you have ridden the BS4 Duke 390, you might feel slight difference in the initial pick, to be frank, for 1 or 2 seconds, and after that this moves like a charm, putting a big smile on your face. If you are thinking of fuel efficiency, then you are probably looking at the wrong motorcycle, because when you start riding it, fuel consumption will be the least of your concerns. You get my point, it is that fun to ride. Be it in the cities or the highways or the ghats, it checks them all. Since its launch, Duke 390 has evolved a lot and has came a long way on its heating issues. I mean, it still heats up as it is a 373cc single cylinder engine, but it won't trouble you much. Although I feel like the 390 Adventure, this bike should also get dual fans for faster cooling. Have I told you about the gearbox, or I have been just blabbering about this engine? Well, sorry for my enthusiasm for this bike, but KTM has done a big change by adding the Quick Shifter Plus, just like on the 390 Adventure. So it is a bi-directional shifter to make aggressive shifting even more easier for us. Although the slight issue is, sometimes it works and works very well, and sometimes it doesn't. But that could be explained because this quick shifter doesn't get pressure sensors, and I feel at the price this bike is offered, it is justified. Along with such precise and smooth gearbox, it also gets slipper clutch, so the shifting is effortless and precise. This fabulous motorcycle is backed by KTM's finest braking system. The bite and the feedback from both the brakes is very good. It gives you a confidence that you can unleash all the horses without any worry. You can very well rely on it, even when you are doing triple digits. The bike gets a dual channel ABS and it can be switched to supermoto mode for all the fun you want. And the best thing is, the ABS won't intrude at all unless needed. The brakes are very good and the ABS won't let you skid. This bike is called Cornering Rocket for a reason, because KTM has tuned these suspensions in such a way that you can take this rocket into the corners, obviously at high speeds. This bike is very stable and the suspension offers a good feedback. In fact, the tuning is done in such a way that they can damp slightly rough patches, but if you go hot into the bumps, well, then you called for it. Overall, the bike feels very planted at high speeds and sticks to the road. In fact, I can say that it glues to the road and runs. The only addition is the wind blast that increases on this bike with your every move. To sum it up, this motorcycle is best in performance, the best in class, no compromise on build quality, it gets this good looking TFT, and if your pocket allows, this is a true naked bike to have. One thing I would like to mention as an update is, this bike I am riding gets Metzeler tires, but due to the pandemic and trade issues between India and China, currently this bike is available with MRF revs, which definitely becomes a compromise in terms of grip. I feel to compensate, KTM should offer some discount on the Duke 390. What are your thoughts on it? Shoot your answers in the comment section below. The bike is a real charm. Sadly, I'll have to return it back to KTM, although I don't wish to do so. And I'll definitely urge KTM to give us this bike for some more time so that we can have a more detailed ride review of the KTM Duke 390. With that said, you can own it too at just Rs 2.57 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi. On that note, our review has come to an end. I hope you did like this video. Just give it a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rev Explorers. You can also go ahead and check out our social media pages on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. We would love to have a chat with you. If you still have any doubts or any queries, you can leave it in the comment section below, or you can get in touch with us on our social media pages. We'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, stay home and stay safe. Bye bye.